Hey there, thanks for joining me today. I'm super excited to share this one with you. This is kind of an original recipe. I was inspired by, you know, when you go to Taco Bell, you can get like the Mexican pizza. This is a similar concept, but the difference is that this is vegetarian. So vegetarians can enjoy this. We're going to be using vegan meat too. So it's not quite a vegan dish because we're going to be using shredded cheese. However, to make this a vegan dish, all you would need to do is substitute in vegan shredded cheese. That's it. So other than that, this comes very close to vegan. Even these flour tortillas are vegan. So that's what we're going to start with today. I'm very excited. We've got our Mexican flag and of course Margarita. She's our sponsor for today. She's dancing. She's very happy with what we're doing. So let's get into it. First thing we're going to want to do is make sure to preheat that oven to 425. Okay, so I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, she's getting going. And now I'm only going to be making 2 of these Mexican pizzas. I'm telling you, these things are so good. So the first thing that I like to do is start out with some black beans. I like to use these Bush's low sodium black beans. I feel that they're super good, and then in general I try and keep sodium down whenever possible. And this dish has so many low sodium things, but it tastes so good, I'm telling you. So we start out with these guys here. So I'm gonna make this essentially in real time, and we should be able to do this in under 10 minutes. So I think we're gonna be good to go. Oh, and I'm wearing my apron, which comes from someone very near and dear to me, so muchas gracias. Very much love it. I'm happy to be using it right now. Hopefully I don't get too messy. So anyways, we start by preheating the oven, putting down 2 of the corn flour tortillas. These you can get, these are from like Walmart, but you can kind of get these anywhere. And they're super good, like if I remember correctly, I think these have no sodium. Let's see. No sodium? 20 milligrams of sodium and 1, so not bad, especially when you're thinking about, Taco Bell or something. So what we're gonna do for the base here is we're gonna start out with some black beans, these low sodium black beans, and we're gonna kind of spread them around, but we don't want them to be like too much. I mean, you can kind of do this however you like, as far as, do you want more or less or what, but keep in mind that this base is gonna be a mixture of these black beans and some of this plant-based ground beef from Gardein, which I love. Super, super good. In fact, I use this in some tacos that I made too, which I'll include a link to in this video's description. It's soft tacos with that beef, fake beef, so it's really good. So anyways, so we're gonna do these beans first, and then we're gonna add in this beef from Gardein. So as you can see, it's crumbly, it's super good, and you just kind of put that on top of the beans. Already, when you think about, so if you go to like Taco Bell and you order their Mexican pizza and you ask for it vegetarian style, all that is like the crispy like stuff, the tortillas, and then inside it's just refried beans. That's it. And then there's cheese on top. They don't even have the green onions anymore. They discontinued those years ago because there was like some kind of like a salmonella issue or something like that. So now all that is the crispy tortillas and the refried beans. So that's super high in fat, super high in sodium. So already we're ahead of the game here because we're gonna be so low in sodium and with so much more good stuff on it and way more flavor than that is. So I believe me, I was a big believer in the Taco Bell Mexican pizza. And so when I finally created this alternative version, I can't even tell you how happy I was. Just so happy with how this one turns out. So good. Okay, so then next up, we are gonna put our beef and our tortillas out of the way. We're gonna add some cheese now to this bad boy. Just any kind of mixed cheese that you like. Again, if you want to make this a vegan dish, just get in that shredded vegan cheese, which would actually work great on these. I just didn't happen to have any, but and of course, do this to your liking. But don't go crazy, because then you're gonna start to jack up your fat content and your sodium content. So I like to do enough where I feel like, okay, this is good, but I don't go overboard. Okay, so in my opinion, some of the secret, ingredients here are gonna be the seasonings that go on top. Now, I wanna talk to you about this taco seasoning from Frontier Co-op. So I just looked this up. I just happened to have this and I was like, this stuff is so good. It turns out that this might be the best taco seasoning I've ever used before. In a tablespoon, it has 5 milligrams of sodium. That's a tablespoon, like a big amount. Like, we're just literally gonna put a sprinkle on these guys. That is nowhere near a tablespoon. So I would feel confident in saying that, I mean, technically it's not no sodium, but it is extremely low sodium and it's really high in flavor. So really think of it more as like a spice. This is from Walmart too, this chipotle chili pepper. Add this guy in. This one gives it kind of like a smoky kick. And it just depends on how spicy you like it. Another thing that you can add if you want, which I'm not going, well, I'll put it on one of them, are these crushed red peppers. I'll put it on one of them. Let's do this one. So, give it kind of like a little spicy kick if you so desire. And what's great about these is they give it that like flavor and that kick, but no sodium or anything like that. And then I like to add in some garlic powder. Just kind of. So already, I mean, just think about all the flavor that's going to be happening here compared to something that you would get out. We already went over our beans. Okay. Let's see. These are already sliced green onions that we're going to use on these. Just put as many as you like, I sort of love these guys, so I'm kind of go crazy with those. What's really good about, my favorite thing about this dish probably is that you won't feel bad about it afterwards. It's pretty low sodium, pretty low fat, and it's gonna taste so good. Last thing that we're gonna add on here before we put it in the oven, I just sliced up some peppers. Again, these are those sweet peppers, so they're not like super spicy, and you can just kind of put on as many as you like if you want, and of course you don't have to. Another alternative here would be to use like jalapenos if you want something with more of a kick. Now the one thing I would recommend when kind of add to your liking, what you would like to add. The only thing that I would recommend is to just be real cautious with hot sauces. Hot sauces are notoriously high in sodium. Yeah, they're super good, like who doesn't love them, but just keep that in mind, be careful about that. Okay, I think we are good to go with our prep here. So at this point, this is what we're looking at so far. Looking pretty good. Not even in the oven yet. Margarita says yes, she's in for the win. Let's do this. So now we're gonna put them in the oven for 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're gonna add a couple more things on top at the end, and you shall see, they'll be really good. So I'm gonna put these in the oven right now. We're at about the 5-minute mark. Let's see how we're doing. Wow. So at about 5 minutes in, we're looking pretty good, pretty close actually. I would say a couple more minutes. Okay, so we are at about the 7-minute mark, and I believe that they should be ready now, so I'm gonna pull them out of the oven real quick. First thing, don't forget. Oh yeah, we're good. Turn that oven off. Don't wanna forget that. Okay. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. So we still have a couple more things that we're gonna put on top before. Grab these off of the pan, put it on the plate. Okay, so now there's a couple other things that you can add based on whatever it is that you like. I'm just going to add on some sour cream, put that right on top, and a little pico de gallo. And you can of course make this at home or get it at the store, but that is what we got. Finito. What do you think? Mexican pizza in about 10 minutes. Yeah, so it ended up being about, I would say check it at 5, depending on your oven. This took about 8. So just, make sure you're staying close to the oven there. But this is it, finished product. So good. Now you can also, if you want to, have like a side of some sort. I personally am a big fan of like avocado and chips. Little avocado guy, you can make them yourself. grab this right here, mix it up with some onion, tomato, a little bit of lime or lemon, and some garlic. You can do it at home. What I would recommend with Mexican pizza, the homemade Mexican pizza, is chips and guacamole. I actually did a video that showed how to make homemade tortilla chips, and it's super easy, so I'll put a link to that in this video's description. They're really good, super low sodium. You can kind of make them how you like, so I'll include a link to that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, making a Mexican pizza pretty easy. You can also do the soft tacos. You can add the chips and guac or salsa if you like. And like I said, check this video's description for links to those things. But again, thank you, a big thank you to Margarita for being our awesome guest host. Gracias. Okay, here we go. Mexican pizza. What do you think?
Oh wow, that looks great. That's authentic Mexican food.
It smells so good.
It does. Ooh.
I really hope that you enjoy the Mexican pizza. Leave some comments if you have any questions. And of course, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Really appreciate you being here, and hope you enjoy your dinner. Thanks a lot. Take care. See you in the next video.